What's up everyone? Welcome back to the Vegan Test Kitchen. Today we are making Jamaican Yuca shepherd's pie with sweet potatoes, kidney beans, and plantains. A bunch of stuff I've never cooked with before. And it's not gonna be a walk on the beach. To make this Jamaican shepherd's pie, you're gonna need one of these bad boys. This is a yucca root. You need 3 to 3.5 pounds of it. This is a little over 3 pounds right here. If you have a hard time finding this, go to your local health food store. Actually, I saw these at Meijer too, surprisingly. So it might not be as hard to find these as you think it is. But this is what it looks like. And this is what is going to be on the top. So essentially like the mashed potatoes, that's what this is going to take the place of. So yeah, this should be interesting. Here's what you're gonna need. 1 huge yucca root, 2 plantains, 2 sweet potatoes, 1 green bell pepper, 1 yellow onion, thyme, ginger, 3 garlic cloves, bay leaves, and 2 serrano peppers, or if you can find it, 2 Scotch bonnet peppers, which are like a Caribbean, really super hot pepper apparently. Kidney beans, corn, coconut milk, olive oil, Jamaican curry powder, salt, and lima beans. All right, here's how we're gonna start this off. We're gonna cook the yucca root first. So what we're gonna do is chop it, slice it, boil it, cook it. Here we go. All right, so apparently the best way to chop this is to cut it in thirds. Probably should use like a serrated knife. Ooh. So obviously you want to make sure that it's not like molded or whatever. Sorry. So there was a soft spot in it and that worried me, but I'm just going to cut it out and it should be fine. Let's get to it. All right, as good as we're getting. Now we're going to stick your burner on a high. Throw these in like a medium or a fairly big saucepan. Put a lid on it and then boil it for 20 minutes. But when it gets to a boil, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. I think the worst part's over. Pretty sure that was the worst part. While that is about to get to a boil, let's go ahead and chop up all the other veggies. All right, we are boiling. So let's go ahead and put the teaspoon of salt in there. Now you're only putting the teaspoon, not this whole thing. And then we're going to lower it. Actually, we're gonna just move it. We're gonna move it to a whole different burner because we're about to boil some other stuff. And boil it for 20 minutes. All right, the time is up. So we're going to drain this, and then we're gonna stick it back in the same pot. Stick it over there. Now we're gonna grab a large stock pot. Turn the other one off. Okay, and then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of this olive oil in here. Not all of it, there's 3 in here, just 2. Stick this on medium high. While that is warming up, let's go ahead and chop our peppers. So it calls for 2 Scotch bonnet peppers, which are super hard to find. It said if you can't find them, then just get 2 serrano peppers. Now with the Scotch bonnet peppers, since they're so hot, you're really only supposed to score the sides of it and then stick the whole pepper in and then you remove the pepper at the end before you eat it. But with the serranos, I'm actually going to chop them up and throw the whole thing in and eat them. Just like that. I don't know how hot it's gonna be. It might be fairly spicy, but we're gonna take most of the seeds out, so it shouldn't be that bad. All right, I think this is heated up. So let's put the onions, green bell pepper, garlic, and ginger in there. Now we're gonna saute this for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is up. Let's add the sweet potatoes, the Scotch bonnets or the serrano peppers, the 2 sprigs of thyme, bloop, remaining salt, and 1/3 cup of water. Now we're gonna cover it and cook for 15 minutes. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is get the remaining olive oil, which is that 1 tablespoon, add it to the yucca, get a potato masher, and go to town. Now it said it might take about 15 minutes or so to get it to the consistency that you need, which is like that mashed potato consistency. smells kind of slightly, just slightly sweet. After you're making this meal, you're gonna need a night in Jamaica to rest. It's a bit of a workout. In the meantime, get your beans, rinse and drain them, and you're gonna need half a cup of corn, and don't forget the plantains. Coconut milk. All right, time is up. The sweet potatoes should be tender enough that you can pierce them, so let's do that. They are pierceable pretty easily. Let's set our oven to broil, and we're gonna add all the remaining ingredients except for the yuca. So the coconut milk, curry, Jamaican curry. Don't get that Indian stuff. The Jamaican curry is a little bit sweeter. You need that. Corn, kidney beans, plantains, and the bay leaves. Bam, bam. So we're gonna stir. This is going to be quite interesting. We'll say that. All right, it's pretty much mixed up. So we're gonna lower it to a simmer, cover it again, and cook for about 5 more minutes. Ah, we forgot the lima beans. How many are we doing? 3/4 cup. All right, it's been 5 minutes. So let's take the lid off. And we're going to find the thyme and the bay leaves. That was ridiculously hard. You're gonna get your 9x13 casserole dish, put in the mix. All right, and then we're going to take the yuca, plop it down, and we're gonna spread it around just like mashed potatoes. Don't worry if it peeks through a little bit. The book said it was fine, especially since this isn't as mashed potato-y smooth as we would like, which means we were lazy and we didn't mash it as much as we were supposed to. All right, I think that's where we're at. You wanna put it in the oven for 10 minutes. Now you're gonna leave it on the broil setting, but we're gonna bake it. And then after the 10 minutes, we're actually going to broil it. We're gonna set it to the broiler setting and just broil that top part of the yuca. All right, 10 minutes has passed, so we're gonna set it on the broil function. Probably gonna do it on a low to medium for 2 minutes. It's said to watch it carefully because you don't want it to burn, because we can do that quickly. We're gonna check it. It's already broiling a tiny bit on the top, so this should do it. It said do it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is up. Let's check it. Let's broil it for another minute. I think we're probably good because it's just slightly browned on a lot of parts. Yeah. Here it's sizzling. Almost looks like cauliflower. Let's try it. We get a little bit of everything. As always, it is steaming. There's no way I'm putting my mouth on that. That's what she said. Oh, fucker. It's interesting. Obviously, it has that curry taste. The yuca is really like a kind of a perfect mashed potato. I've never worked with a yuca plant, never even heard of one. I feel like it could use a little bit more salt, maybe. So obviously this is supposed to be kind of a sweeter shepherd's pie because it's Jamaican and it's using plantains and sweet potatoes and yuca and things that are kind of already sort of sweet, slightly. I've always been weird about sweet and savory stuff as like my main dish. It's good, it's just different. You'd have to be in the mood for this, for sure. But it's cool because you're using a lot of things that you usually don't use. I'm curious to know if I use the Scotch bonnet or bonnet, I don't know, peppers, if it would change the spice level or not. And I honestly am not sure if I used an Indian curry, if that would really taste that much different. I don't know if I would be able to tell, because I had a hard time finding the Jamaican curry. I had to order it online. Would I make this again? Maybe, probably not. If I was doing like a Caribbean night or something, maybe I would do that. But it's a nice different shepherd's pie. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. You should try it if you like that kind of a Caribbean Jamaican flavor with a little bit of a sweetness to your main dishes. If you like that, make this. You would love that. Thanks again. Subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time.
Wow, wow, wow.